Hello guys, my name is Raza Masood. Today's topic is basically a role of a project manager. Friends, this is a very important topic if you are studying PMBOK or you want to become a project manager. This is very important to get knowledge that what is basically a role of a project manager. Friends, let me tell you that nowadays many companies are hiring project manager, and honestly saying they are just coordinating the things. They just need a coordinator and a project manager. In essence, he is not managing the project, he is basically coordinating the project. So because why it is happening, because the reason is that person is basically just he doesn't know, he doesn't have the required knowledge of project management. So that's why he is just coordinating the project. So let's start our tutorial and see in detail what is the basically role of a project manager. By definition, as a project manager, you are managing the project and managing the project objective of company and deliver value and benefits to organization. That means that you are managing the project. Managing means that you are basically responsible, you are managing the whole project, what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, and how it needs to be done. So all these things are basically managing. You are managing the expectation, you are managing the objectives, also you are managing the schedule, budget, and approved changes as well. Friend, just remember that as a project manager, you have to manage a project. Manage means it comes so many things in managing. Means that you are managing the schedule. For example, if you have to complete a project in 6 months, so it is very important to complete in 6 months. If it is exceeding from 6 months, there needs you have to, as a project manager, you should take some actions so that it should complete in 6 months. Similarly, if you have to complete a project in $10,000, so you should, as a project manager, should manage the budget that it should be completed in $10,000, because if the budget exceeds, then it means that the project is coming under the loss. So guys, these are the basic definition of a project manager. Now we are coming towards the key function of a project manager. Friend, project manager is basically in charge of a project but not necessarily in charge of resource, because the in charge of resource normally and generally in company is a functional manager. It is not necessary that the project manager should be a technical expert, but he should have the domain knowledge, the basics of the domain in which you are working. It is very important that you should have the domain knowledge, but it is not necessary that you should be a technical expert. As a project manager, you should be able to identify and analyze the constraints, any limitations and assumption. That means, for example, constraint means if you have to do the project with only 5 resources. Assumption means anything which can be true or false in future. So these are called basically assumption and constraints. Also, as a project manager, you are responsible to lead and direct project planning efforts. Friends, just remember that as a project manager, you are planning activities, your planning efforts, your planning should be very strong. You should also be able to identify any dependencies between activities. If activity B can't be start without finishing the activity A, so it is very necessary that you should know this dependency at a very earlier stage. As a project manager, you should be able to say no whenever it is necessary. As a project manager, you should have a very good communication, leadership, direction, giving direction to the team members. So you should have a very good knowledge, very good abilities of all these types of abilities. Also, as a project manager, you are responsible or accountable for the success or a failure of a project. Remember guys, friends, in any case, projects succeed or failed, you are, as a project manager, is accountable or responsible for this. So thanks a lot guys for your time, and that's all.